back, everyone. Another exciting day in markets on the heels of an incredible Wealth 365 summit with insights and strategies on the tools and techniques that we use over in the active trader room. You saw Rob teach them to you. You saw me teach them to you. And of course, what have we seen in the market since? Well, what we were expecting, more downside risk. Now, I hope you're keeping safe out there. The market has turned out to be a lot more volatile. And I hope that the insights presented in last week's incredible Wealth 365 Summit helped keep you on the righter side. This market, the S&P 500, our benchmark globally, has broken that long-term uptrend channel. You can see me tracing that 4-quadrant channel there. Now, that channel has been broken. It's been around since the start of the move, late October 2023, early November. And the down move that you have on screen right now is something that we used our tools and strategies to provide an outlook on to members ahead of the start of this week. There's a couple of flight paths here, a blue flight path and, of course, the magenta flight path that you see right over here. We allied ourselves to that blue flight path, letting members know that the downside risk in the market is still likely there. Fear premium hasn't come off of oil. Gold is still up in the air. The dollar is still strong. And the expectation was for some downside risk to emerge. It happened very quickly yesterday. Was the follow through today indicative of a sell-off that is now over? Well, to be very clear, the channel is broken. The bottom of that channel is done. We've come into a fairly formidable area of support, as you can see, in the 503 to 502 area, coming down to the bottom level, if you will. However, looking at the chart on its own and trying to guess using standard strategies and tools that this will lead to a repair bounce is not good enough for our members and for folks that are looking for powerful insights. So what I'm going to take you to now is a multi-time frame view of the S&P 500 using some of our powerful strategies to help with what likely happens next. So just a remark, you can see that we ended the day at 503 and about 50 pennies on the SPY, right over there on the bottom right-hand side of the screen. Now, the candle size is smaller. We decelerated versus yesterday's very variable shock type move. What you're looking at right now is the Champion Trend Pack Toolkit, an award-winning toolkit, competition-winning toolkit that has a sequence in how it signals and what likely happens next. The Champion Trend on this weekly chart fired off. That's got the trail line, the champion cross with the subchart or bottom of the chart indicator got into play. We then got a range breaker, several breakout forecasters, another range breaker, and the rest has been history, up, up, and away. Now, the really amazing part of the toolkit is it provides risk management right there on screen. And you can see that the bottom of the champion cross buy zone and the champion trend trail line both meet in and around the 490 area for the SPY. There also is a level of support prior to that in the 498 to 97 area with that last breakout forecaster or second last breakout forecaster. So what the weekly chart is telling us, we're still in a buy signal state, but that could mean out over the quarter. And a pullback is letting a lot of hot air out that likely leads to rearranging the deck chairs and the ship's direction overall, not just putting another coat of paint on it, if you will. We've got a zone that is shrinking, but still in a buy signal state with a fairly defined 498 and 490 area in terms of where price could come down to and would be expected to attempt a bounce. Stronger bounce off of the latter. Now, if we reduce the time frame from a weekly chart down to a daily chart, what we can unearth now, very simply, is it likelier that we make a direct move down to either that 498 or 490 area in the coming day or so? Now, the daily chart has just entered stage 1 of a sequence of signals provided by the Champion Trend Pack Toolkit. We've gone through all 3 stages on the weekly chart. Stage 1, intact here. Stage 2, intact. Stage 3 with the breakout forecasters. And off we went. And of course, now we have ended that sequence. And more detail on that's going to be provided to all those amazing wealth charters that joined us last week. We're going to be doing an accelerator this Saturday. So many have joined, and I'm so much looking forward to being there to take you on that journey using this powerful toolkit and much, much more. Now, back to the daily chart. We've got a sell signal state that is quite obvious, and it's confirmed that we're in stage 1 today with champion trend and champion cross being in play. Now, that daily chart tells us that we are likely to progress lower rather than just turn up directly and repair the market move. There's a lot of overturning that would have to be done, but it doesn't answer the question. Are we likely to continue downward directly tomorrow? Well, this is where I'm going to reduce the time frame down to a 4-hour chart and want to really highlight that we had a bearish enough move down that we went through the paces on the champion trend pack toolkit, having champion trend, champion cross in play, followed by wealth signal, which remarks stage 2, and also followed by 2 breakout forecasters that you can see at the bottom right-hand side of the screen there. So I'm going to circle there, those dashes, confirming that we're in stage 3 and likely complete. What usually happens after we go through that set of stages, we tend to then come back up, define the top of a range, which ends up being usually where those breakout forecasters are, and you can kind of get a sense right away that that is in that 507 to 509 area. That would be the expected outcome, followed by a push back down in the market. The toolkit tells me that I'm still likely going to see lower lows, but it may be disrupted by a counter trend bounce. Fairly clear, powerful signals right on screen. And I'm going to be sharing all of the insights using this toolkit and much, much more with all of you wonderful new Wealth Chart members and existing Wealth Chart members this Saturday at our accelerator class. I can't wait to see you there. Make sure you save the date. We start at 10 a.m. this Saturday. And for everyone listening in, please do stay safe out there. In this volatile market, driven by geopolitical headline risk, there's a lot of things that can happen that bust more models than not, and things can go awry. This is a great time to be cautious. Stay safe out there. Big shout out from Rob and the entire team from Wealth Charts and BecomeBetterTrader.com. We thank you for being the best student family in the world. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for listening.